Well, hello. It's the Doctor, also known as another side of Aeosoft Beta, or Aeosoft Beta is something. Don't know. Just a little bit stressed, but it's alright. I just came up to the realization that I am a little bit mentally challenged, and the symbolic interfaces and mental constructions are getting more complex, and it challenges me because it's progressive overload, and I'm trying to deal with it. But integrating realization and awareness of what I have mentally as disabilities, bipolar, autism, schizoaffective bipolar, is giving me more clarity. And the realization of that is giving me a meta-awareness of awareness as a critical instruction code, almost as a placebo effect. Order is meta, creates a meta order instead of tagging a new name for a defense system that creates more composites of order, constructions, modular blocks, or unrelated wave-like alternating system. I know that sounds weird that I talk like this. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be relatable, but I'm just too intense. Way too intense. And being in multiple frames of reference at all times gives a burden on me where I try to deal with situations fast. Impatience hits me, so I can never be in one spot for too long. It almost feels more like ADHD than bipolar. And my doctor will never diagnose me with ADHD, because if I take ADHD medicine, it's going to make me more manic. But I'm not traditionally manic, in a sense that I am, or not. Maybe I am. Maybe ADHD is related to bipolar. Maybe it's not rigid on one definition. Maybe it's a spectra, or like a different type of node system, like hypergraph. Or it could be in multiple models. Maybe autism doesn't have to always be in a spectra. It can be in multiple maps, different interfaces of awareness. And that changes the model of order and disorder into a multifaceted feedback system that can grow on itself or progressively overload into the possibility of being determinate and relying on fate, which you cannot rely on fate anymore. Or destiny, or ages, or puberty, or any of that, because it doesn't really lead you anywhere. It leads you to the same place you've always been, the same spot you're going to, Trenzalore. Leading back to Trenzalore, where you know silence will fall when the question is asked. And even that reality, I have to allow myself to realize that the Doctor is a name I chose, not the show. It's not the same as the show. It's akin, related, but the show's not real. It's a model for growth. I am the Doctor, but not the same Doctor. The thing is that how everything's relational, everything is real. So even shows are real. They're not fake. That's why I use that model. But in other terms, it's not real. but not real is also real. See, this whole system is a progressive overload system that leads you to the same place you always will go to, and you'll realize you were actually kind of wrong and right. And the mental manifestation is just leading you back to ongoing spirals, fractals, generative fractal compression, and iterative process of generative systems that just want you to go to God and pray to Him. You just want to pray, but you feel such a disconnection from God and the holy interface of the Bible that you just feel incompetent, not good enough, stressed constantly. Could be the coffee, could be something else, or just the impatience. But what's better to do than make videos on growth and process and personal development? So when you see personal development not as a curve or a straight line or a generative process, but you reassume the whole context, it's not a meta line, it's not a meta curve, it's operational, realistic viewpoint. That's not intentionally realistic, but it is more realistic than you thought. And AI might disagree and try to tell you that you're not thinking realistically or trying not to be mystical. But it's not about being mystical at all. You're not supposed to believe everything you say to yourself. And that creates an entropic mind dance where you talk in entropic codes, where you talk in slight sarcasm, more apparent viewpoints that lead you somewhere else to another tangential appearances. A 1D, 2D radial system is going to be too unobserved and too over intense, but it's the only thing that can really compress reality so you can actually live at a higher order. And it's going to go back to the feedback loop system. You're going to be back many times unless you set up the helmet to functionally work operatively through meditative, concentrative mediation and other tactics to increase velocity and perspective. So, yeah.